What's up, everyone? Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Karis is our DM through the series, so I'm gonna turn it over to her for the recap. All right, lady.
Built on the ruins of the ancient and magical orcish city of Ilisk, Luskan was a port town frequented by pirates, thieves, and other colorful, disreputable folks interested in money. Although life within its walls was dangerous, Luskan, the city of sails, was a very lucrative city. Pirates brought in their goods to be sold to the black market. Northern traders frequented the place as a rest stop on their way to the 10 towns during the warmer months, ready to buy exotics, Grimshaw ornaments. Several taverns traded in ale and other spirits. The drugs and slave trades were rife and, although obviously sublimated, information brokers and prostitutes plied their trade during the nighttime. The city was reasonably successful in naval wars against lesser powers even. Life was good in the heyday of Luskan. But then came the spell plague. You see, in the days just prior to it, the city suffered greatly at the hands of the Lich Archmage, Arklam Grief. And the resulting disaster allowed the spell plague to nearly decimate the city, with it having only a fraction of its former populace. And over the next century, rulership of the city changed from hand to claw to hand so many times that it is nigh impossible to document them in any kind of detail. And the result is today it's a mockery of a true city. I mean, most of the buildings were ruined, and murderers and demon worshippers roamed the streets freely, plying their trade in broad daylight. But back in that heyday, many traders from Luskan to 10 towns did regular business in Targos. I mean, Bryn Shander at the time was just a camp on the hill, after all. And a public house established in Targos during this time catered to the Luskan traders, built to look like an inn that might be found in the City of Sails. Much of the decor at this inn, the Luskan Arms, is still the same as it was those 200 years ago, reflecting the glory days of the past, both for Luskan and for Targos. Our intrepid heroes might appreciate the ambience at the Luskan Arms if they actually make it to Targos. They are currently in Termalaine, having traded the bloodstones that they earned retrieving an iron shipment that had gone astray on its way to Bryn Shander. And in their spare time, they caused a major brawl at the town meeting after consulting with the town speaker. And they decided to defraud a charming young researcher who's actually trying to solve the problem of the never-ending winter.
I don't know
The
what
party
this is. I wasn't there.
The party still has the rescued wilderness guide Garrett Velen and the no longer would-be adventure tourist Perilou Fishfinger in tow. And they sort of intend to escort them home to Targos so they can be rewarded for the rescue. But morning isn't going to dawn today. The wind howls so, causing the East Side Inn building to creak from the force. And we join our party gathering in the common room for breakfast.
So, what's the plan for today?
Well, in the absence of any other meaningful work, I suppose we should probably guide the other two back to Termalaine. Not Termalaine. To the other
Targos.
city, Targos. That's right.
The other city with a T.
Yep.
Maybe we could find work there.
Tea. I like tea.
So, once we went to bed, I had myself a little bit of a think. I know that they had talked to us about clearing the monsters out of the mine, right? and the offer that was given to us was a little bit less than satisfactory. But then I remembered something. It's not just mine. You picking up what I'm putting down? It's a gem mine.
That's a good point.
Now, what's to say that while we're down there cleansing the air of any monsters that may be inhabiting this mine, we don't happen to liberate some of the materials while we're at it?
I mean, it only seems reasonable. What they're offering isn't very much, and we should be fairly compensated for the
it
work.
would be fair compensation for our labor, of course.
You
And I'm
guys
sure
are
we'll put
never
into-
going to make it to Targus.
I'm sure we'll put the any coin that we make from it to much better use than any merchants in town.
Yes. All right, he's with me. Anybody else?
Maybe. Go ahead.
All right, you realize this type of thinking is probably why they offered so little. They're expecting whoever to clean it out to be
Mhm.
lining their pockets.
Mm-hmm. Preach, brother. Yep.
Maybe we should go to Targos first to get rid of the pearl that we've already got. Then we can get those two things out of the way, then come back and take more.
Yeah, we do have Garrett and the halfling to take care of. I mean, if we want to get paid for that job, we kind of have to finish it.
Okay. All right. Well, I that does seem reasonable. So we go to Targos, drop off Garrett and Perilou, collect our payment for that, and then is Garrett and Perilou in the room?
Yes, they are. Watching this conversation with interest.
Hey, on that subject, what are you offering us to escort you safely home?
We could probably get home on our own at this point. I'm not sure you actually did very much at all.
If you want, we can always tie you up, bring you back out there, and drop you back where we found you, and then we can see if you actually do make it.
Yes.
Find a way to
Garrett.
bring those Yetis back as well. You know, just to really reset things as they were before we got there.
We don't really
'Cause
need
we
any
didn't
Yetis. I think that we are far scarier than any beast you'll encounter out in the snow.
I'm not so sure about this whole adventure thing. We hire a guide and he leads us up there to be extorted by... I don't know what you people are, but I'm sure it's bad.
I'll tell you what we are. We're the chaps that just happened to find you and happened to save you before you were consumed and excreted by a Yeti. All right? We're the ones responsible for you still drawing breath.
And Garrett is trying to placate. You know, I do think that we did agree upon 15 gold as that having been the fee for going on this adventure, that would be adequate recompense for finishing it up. Yes?
15 gold, that's what you paid your guide. Maybe that's why he left you out there, because it wasn't enough.
I didn't leave her out there. I'm still here.
I mean, that's 75
You didn't
gold
finish
party
what you're-
wide.
And to be fair, we found you running away, leaving her behind.
90.
I was leading the Yeti away so that she could survive. And it was my dog that fetched you out to all this anyway.
Your dog that had to break himself loose, who is also saving his own skin by running, but then found us and decided, hey, maybe they can help us, and then led us back to you.
The simple fact of the matter is, you get what you paid for. You paid 15 gold from there, and you got left on a mountain to die. You want a better group of people to do a better job. You pay more money.
So, how much are you asking?
I think it wouldn't be out of
one.
responsibility.
I'm gonna hold up one finger and be like, just 1 second. I need to consort with my fellows here, and I'll draw. Like, come on, guys, huddle up.
More devil worshippers consorting around.
I mean, perhaps, but I don't really see where that's any of your concern. I mean, like, it's a Forgotten Realms. Like, devils are very much a real thing, and there are people that worship them. That's what I mean.
Yes, but they're not nice people.
I mean, that's subjective. That's your opinion, but anyway, huddle up. Okay, so currently they're offering us 15 gold pieces a head. That's 90 gold pieces for the lot of us, right? So I've got a feeling that we can't really tax them for much more. So what do we say? 25 each? That's
25 is a good amount.
That is, yeah. That'll keep us in lodgings and ale for many a days.
I mean, haven't we already kind of extorted these people enough? Didn't we also take their gear?
Okay, Pip doesn't get a vote. How old are you? You have to be a legal drinking age in order to get a vote in.
I am of legal
He's a
drinking
satyr.
age.
He's just by definition of late legal drinking age.
I don't know about that one. In satyr culture, I would be perfectly of age to drink.
If we want to get technical about the stuff that we got, because it was left by people who are dead, that's salvage. Totally different subject.
Hey, Chuz, thank you for the resub, man. Appreciate you very much.
I mean, you're right.
How you doing today?
Doesn't mean I can't feel bad about it.
You shouldn't. You should feel good about being well compensated for the work and the high quality of service that you provide.
Yeah, it's not about extorting people, okay? That is a very unkind word. It's about putting value in your own work and taking pride in your labor, okay? It's not that they should pay more, it's I should be paid more because I'm that valuable. You understand? Of course you do, and I muss his hair a little bit.
Besides, the other thing to think about is that any extra money that we make, we can spend on, things that will increase our ability to adventure. It's an investment, and so if we go around just taking the minimum payment for everything, we're going to struggle to be able to complete, the work that we need to do at the level that we need to do it. So of course we charge a little bit more, invest the money back into the collective.
That's right.
Strength
We're
is all of us.
stimulating the local economy, baby. It's all about. It's a necessary part of the routine. So I think we've agreed. It's for 25 gold pieces each.
So 25 for Perilou and 25 for me then, Garrett says.
Yep. For each of us.
Wait, what? Each of you? I thought you meant each of us.
Yeah, that's what you said. Each of you will pay each of us 25 gold pieces.
No. No.
Oh, well, that's what you just offered. It would be
No.
most unkind for you to take back that offer.
We
now that you
each offered you as a group 15 gold pieces for rescuing us because that is how much each person paid to go on this adventure. Well, I mean, I didn't. I was the guide.
You want to pay all of us 15 gold.
Yeah, we're willing each. That'd be 30 gold to divide among the 6 of you. 5 gold each. That sounds perfectly fair.
So turning my back to Perilou and Garrett. So the mine is paying more than these goobers, right?
significantly.
Yeah, that mine job doesn't sound half bad now. I mean, yeah, but the whole point is we need to get out of this town to sell the pearl, which we have also stolen.
I don't know what you're talking about. We have no pearl. All we have is this beautiful black stone.
This is true.
Pip's at a loss for words.
The only other pearl that we have is this one, which is
Which I
Oh, no.
also have a parchment receipt for somewhere.
so
Let's just
fine.
take what gold we can out of here.
You know, it's reasonably safe just going south along the road to Targos. I'm sure Perilu and I could make it to Targos just fine, and we would be willing to meet up with you there at, say, the Luskan Arms.
This seems like a bad idea. To just let them go.
We live there. Yeah, it's not like we're going to flee away. And Perry goes, I am never traveling again.
Wait. Are
So
you
if we let you-
proposing you travel the rest of the way on your own, and then we meet you there, and you give us money?
If you wish to go on with this mine heist of yours, I'm sure
I
that
don't
would
know
be
what you're
perfectly
talking
reasonable.
about. We've
Mine
never
heist?
said. Yeah,
No, it's
we are taking.
clear the mine out of the bad guys to get the mine back for the town. What are you
Yes.
talking about, a heist?
That is contracted employment, where we are gainfully employed by the council of this town. Definitely not heisting anything. And I'm gonna
Except
turn.
for any gems you might find around there. And in fact, you know, now that I think about it, as he looks over at Perry, we might just want to have a chat with the town speaker ourselves on this matter.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn my back to Garrett and Perilou again. And once again, I'm talking to the group, but I'm saying it loud enough so they can hear. Hey guys, I think we might have to kill them. Like they're they're acting like they're going to be a narc. I don't
I
mean-
never going adventuring again.
Pip want to be in a barroom brawl. I mean, let's get started.
Wait, no, I don't want this.
You did say, Pip.
This isn't
You
a bar.
wrote it, even. You left written proof.
Immediately after making that comment, I'm going to turn around and look to them. You're not a narc, are you?
A narc. No, I'm an adventure guide.
Uh-huh. Are you really sure you want to go and have a word with the city watch? And I kind of crack my neck.
It might have been an idle thought.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, of course, I speak to town speakers all the time, trying to drum up additional business for, you know, as a wilderness guide, right? Yes.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you were mistaken. It would surely be a mistake to say something of that nature to the townspeople.
Well, and you know, I need some time off. I've got to restock my gear and supplies that were lost on that, and I'm gonna have to rebuild some reputation and all before I resume after that unfortunate accident that happened on the last one. And you better believe I'm gonna spread word around. Nobody will ever travel with you again.
So, what are we gonna do, boys?
Well, let's see. So, if you're offering to meet us in Targos and pay us there, and you'll travel the rest of the way yourself while we go and deal with the kobold infestation in the mines, I mean, that seems reasonable. However, I do want to state that we do have an agreement, and it wouldn't be a good thing for you or your reputation to be able to, to renege on that agreement.
I am an honorable man, and I agree that you will be paid as a group a single sum of 30 gold for rescuing the two of us.
Look, if all we have to do is travel to Targos and collect our fee, I mean, seems good enough. Then we don't
Okay.
have to go with him.
And
Excellent.
I'll turn to Perilu and say, "Are you an honorable woman? Are you going to honor the agreement?"
I don't see why I should have to honor anything with you people. But yes, I will. Because it's about me and not about you.
So they are each paying us 30 gold.
No. 30 gold for rescuing two people.
Oh, okay.
You know, Tallies, maybe you should give each of them just a simple mark of some magic to ensure that they are binded by their contract.
It's a good point.
This sounds very demonic.
Oh no, it's actually quite harmless. You see, I have this, and I kind of wave my hand, and a quill appears in it, and say, "With this, I can write on any surface, and it'll stay there until I get rid of it."
And what are
So,
you proposing to write on?
you, of course.
Me?
Yes, nowhere too invasive, don't worry, but somewhere that might be a little awkward should you decide not to go ahead and pay your debt. And then when we meet up, I can easily remove it.
How do I even know you're going to come to Targos in any kind of a timely fashion? You guys seem to get distracted. What if you get killed in the mines and I get stuck with this forever?
We climbed a mountain and took on a nest of multiple nests of yetis, in fact, to be able to save you and bring you back. Do you really think that a mine with a few kobolds in it is going to do us in?
How do you know it's only a few kobolds?
Because there are kobolds staging a protest in the mine. That's what the job's about.
Staging a protest?
Plus,
Wait,
think of
what?
this as a venturous way of doing something without having to leave your home.
And besides, if we were to die, the magic will disappear.
What if you don't die and you don't come to Targos?
I will come to Targos because I want my money.
Mm-hmm.
The money is important for my research. So if I'm owed money, I will go and collect it.
And Garrett leans over and puts a hand on her arm. I do think that this is probably best. In fact, I will go further. You can put the mark on me, and I will stand as guarantor. I will stand as guarantor for both her share and mine.
Very well. Okay. In that case, I'll need both of your hands.
Both of my hands.
Yep.
Both? We can't just do one?
No. So I'm gonna put right on basically each of their hands, like Garrett owes Adventurer Party, that includes tallies of Candlekeep, 30 gold, and then on the other hand, Perilu owes Adventuring Party, blah blah blah.
No, if you're going to do it that way, I owe 15 and she owes 15. If I'm standing guarantor for both, then I owe 30 and we leave her out of it, of this. I do think that's kind of my duty as the
And is this in common?
So yeah, this is written in common.
I think you should just put 30 on the back of his hand and just let her go without it.
Maybe you should just write I owe 30 GP on his face.
I mean, that's
I would prefer the hands.
It's washable. It's fine. It'll be fine.
okay. Yeah, I'll write it on both of his hands. Yep. So I take my quill. I write it on both of his hands in vibrant red ink.
We should have like a name, because just writing adventuring party isn't really descriptive.
I was
did say
thinking
including
but
Tali. Well, I
the
said
adventuring
including
party
Tali,
that
but-
includes Tale is quite a mouthful.
And if Tali splits off from you guys, the rest of you are out of luck.
Yeah, what if Alice finds another adventuring party, and then we don't get our money?
If Tally's leaves to go find a different adventuring party, it means you, staring at Pip, are not doing your job like you should be. And you drove him off. So you do your part, he stays, we're all good.
So
Wait, why is it gotta be that messes up? Why wouldn't it be like Cairo or Landar?
what do we call ourselves then?
Well, I believe one drunken we said fish boot 5.5.
That's right.
That's still a lot of words.
I mean, we could just shorten it to 5.5, the 5.5 adventuring group. The 5.5 experience.
You do realize while we sit here and discuss this, the kobolds are now have time to refortify their position inside the mine.
Wait,
They're only kobolds.
friends, you are so confused. There are no kobolds in the mines.
You've rendered everyone speechless.
Do you not remember? The kobolds work the mines. They have stopped since the monsters appeared.
I thought there were children in the mines.
No, there were
That was
children
a
in the mines.
translation.
but
That was a
minor.
translation issue.
But yeah, I was just under the impression that the kobolds were unhappy with their conditions and decided to stage a protest, and that's why they needed clearing out. I mean, even if there are other
You know.
monsters, it's irrelevant. We'll deal with them.
You know, we've proven to be a very equitable group since we've started traveling together, capitalizing on the misfortunes that we encounter along the way. What if we called ourselves the Adventure Capitalists?
Adventure capitalists, I like it.
Everybody's laughing.
I'm good with
Stop
this
laughing.
name.
Okay, so I'm gonna sort of wave the feather across his hand to just erase, the part of the whole adventuring party, including Tally's, and just replace it with Adventure Capital Adventuring Party.
There we go.
Okay.
I can't wait to see you again. And I give him the finger guns.
Yes. However, Perry Lou, I think we need to wait for the weather to change before we set out towards Targos.
Oh, yeah, you can wait if you want, but you guys gotta get the hell out of my room. I paid for this tavern room, and since we have now agreed to part ways, I'll see ya.
We shall be out immediately. Perry Lou, are you done with your breakfast? Oh, yes, I certainly am done. She gets up and heads out.
We're totally never getting that money. All right, now that the narc is gone, let's get back to robbing that cave.
Oh. Okay, so what are you doing?
Is daytime, right? We just finished breakfast.
You just finished breakfast.
All right.
Gotta go talk to the speaker, let him know we're taking the job, or do we just go do it?
No, we go talk to the speaker. Do you want to do the talking or should I?
Nah, you're on a roll. You can go ahead.
All right. So, I guess I will lead the party back to the main hall, town hall,
To the town hall?
to the town hall to speak.
Oh,
with
no, it wasn't the town hall. It was at the Blue Clam Tavern,
Yes,
is where the meeting was last night.
that's right. Is that where the town speaker would be, or would he be back at the town hall at this point? Is this where we just say yes and then we walk to him?
You have the information you have. Do you wish to see the town map? I can move you to the Termalaine town map.
Sure. So, well, I guess we would do what we know. Go to the Blue Clam first. Hey, speaker here. He lurking around somewhere.
Okay, so as you approach the Blue Clam, you see the doors are wide open, and you see someone who looks like either a barkeeper, a tavern keeper, and all is directing people that are still sort of. They've gotten most of it sluiced out, but they're still working on bringing out furnishings and drying things out and taking stock of things. So you see this as you come up, and you also see just outside of it, you see a group of kobolds that are setting up sort of a table, and they're sort of muttering and arguing about something.
So,
and then over on the other side of the lane, you see some goblins standing there, sort of looking speculatively, and they're discussing something as well.
So I'm just gonna kind of tap Pip on the chest and then point. You see, kobolds aren't in the mines. They're out here protesting against them.
Kind of want to see like what they're actually protesting about.
Oh, you're gonna go and ask if they have any literature to review?
Ooh, brochure. That's a good idea. I would like to head to the kobolds. Stand up.
Okay, so you go marching up to the kobolds that are there. And as you get up to them, they seem to be arguing about what to do about their protest. We were going to protest in the tavern where it was warm and dry and we could talk with people and all, but I don't even know if it's going to be open today. Are we going to do it out here in the cold? I don't want to do it out here. Are you going to do it out here in the cold? Well, we've got to do our protest somewhere. I mean, conditions are not going to change unless we protest. They're going to keep accusing us of everything just like those goblins.
Excuse me.
What? Who are you?
What are you guys protesting for?
Everybody blames us for everything. Ooh, there's an incident in the mines. It must be the kobolds taking over. Ooh, there's a shortage of ale. It must be the kobolds took it all. Ooh, they blame us for everything. And I bet it's those sneaky goblins that are at fault, not us. We are just trying to get along and live our lives and do our jobs.
Whoa.
Why? What are you protesting?
Whoa. You can't just go, like, blaming people just because they're, like, different.
Exactly. That is our point. Exactly. See, the big guy there gets it.
Well, but yeah, but
Hey,
two
you want to
wrongs don't
protest
make
with
a
us
right.
tonight?
Because just because people are like judging you because you're kobolds doesn't mean you should be like, oh yeah, it's totally the goblins.
So you're mad that everyone blames it on you, but you blame the goblins?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got invisible people sneaking around and doing thievery and stuff, don't you think it's the goblins? It's not us. We don't do invisibility.
I'm sorry, time out.
Do goblins?
Invisible people stealing things?
Yes. Footprints.
I'm gonna
The footprints were on the smallish side, but what? No, that's not here. That's over in Caerconic.
I'm gonna turn
But I
around.
mean, we get blamed for that too. We get blamed for that. We get blamed for the mine. We get blamed for everything around here.
I'm gonna turn around to Andwise and stoop down and whisper, "Hey, if there's already someone going around stealing shit, then we can just blame it all on them."
Android slowly nods his head, and you can see the grin on his face, thinking about that.
Plausible deniability, baby. Fist bump.
And they're back to squabbling amongst themselves as to whether they're going to protest outside or whether they're going to try and just barge their way in to the Blue Clam anyway. Or maybe we should choose a different location. Maybe we can find another tavern around here. There's got to be more taverns around here. We could actually go to the town hall itself, you know. There is that, and we could protest that. And it's like, yeah, but it's not the town that's doing it. It's the people that are doing it, and the people hang out here at the tavern. And they're squabbling on and on and on. Discontent is rife.
Wonder why everyone blames them.
Maybe it's because they're annoying.
One of them comes up and says, hey, stand there a second. Let's see, you're about that big. Do you think we have any sashes big enough for him? Nah, but he can hand out pamphlets for us. And as it does, one of the kobolds sort of pats you. Yeah, pamphlets. We'll do the pamphlets. We've got pamphlets. We got pamphlets.
Do you guys have pamphlets?
Well, I didn't think we did, but I'm not organizing this, and he might actually have pamphlets. And wait, where are you going? And off to one of the other kobolds that's going up, and he yells back to get the pamphlets.
Azathoth,
I guess we do have pamphlets.
You take the party. I want to get some pamphlets.
Isn't it strange that kobolds have pamphlets? Like, do they have like an order of scribes just writing out loads of protest pamphlets for them?
I think people that
And
are
if they do, how are they paying them?
obviously kobolds that are devoted to the cause to get out the message.
You betcha. That's why we're protesting, because that's what civilized people do, and we are civilized people. This little one gets it. I know he's bigger than me, but what the heck?
What's the kobolds union called? I mean, they have pamphlets. They're organized. Surely they have a name
Union?
for themselves, right?
Union? Are we supposed to be a union? Hey guys, we're supposed to be a union! Sorry, I can't keep this straight. Hey guys, we're supposed to be a union! What's a union? What's a union?
Well, how do I explain it? A union, it's an organization that...
Yes, we're going to be organized. We're going to do this properly.
Yeah, right. Well, a union represents the interests of the worker, and they bargain with the employers over concerns such as wages and working conditions and on the job benefits
and discrimination.
Yes. So I mean, if you're not a union, I think I can help you.
can help us! Yeah, the big guy's gonna help us!
Yes.
Yay!
For
Okay,
a,
you've got a whole bunch of kobolds clustered around you.
So I will need a fee up front so I can get everything notarized and made official, and then you'll have to pay certain dues every 10 days
Dues.
to make sure. Yes,
Dues.
yes. When you're in a union, you have to pay the union dues in order to ensure that
Dues.
things like your
Do what?
insurance and your inventory. A due is a fee that you would pay at a certain interval to ensure that you can have continued membership in the union. So let's say you pay me 20 gold, and he's kind of searching to see if they react to the amount.
They're looking suspiciously at you.
You pay me 20
No,
gold now.
So sure he knows what he's talking about.
Ah, yes,
Oh,
of
that's
course.
he's right. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You have to pay your fees and your dues, and I
And
mean,
what do you
it's
get for it?
I told you, you get someone to negotiate on your behalf to ensure that you are treated fairly and that you are not subjected to unsafe working conditions.
and if you have other people that have been around,
Unsafe working conditions.
they
Maybe
will.
no more kobolds will go missing in the mines if we do this. But what about the
Yes.
townspeople? It's the townspeople who are blaming us for stuff. I thought we were protesting the townspeople.
The union
Ooh,
will speak
yeah, what
on
he
your
said.
behalf. All you have to do is pay me 20 gold right now for the paperwork, and then an additional 20 gold split up among all you kobolds every 10 day until you die.
What?
I mean, once you join the union, it's a lifelong thing until you retire. That was what I meant to say.
Let's retire.
Yeah, what he said. Let's retire.
That's when you get to stop working
when you
because
die.
you're old, or you die.
But I mean,
And they come over. They kind of huddle up and a bunch of whispering and all this. It's like, that's a 20 gold, an awful lot. We don't even make that much in months. And when he wants it every 10 days, how are we going to earn enough? Well, but if he represents us, maybe we can earn enough to pay it. But if we, but we'd have to earn a lot more. He'd have to negotiate really, really good for us. And do we think he can? Well, he's big enough. Maybe he can negotiate really, really good. How do you think he got so big? Well,
I'm just gonna write in our notes here for the quest. Help the kobolds unionize ... or pretend to.
and they're squabbling back and forth. And it's like, yeah, but Quark isn't here. He went to get pamphlets, so we can't get to see
Hello,
without him.
how are you doing? Welcome back. Thank you for the resub.
And they all sort of turn and look at you.
Yes.
if you agree, I'll help pass.
What
out
if we
there.
don't have 20 gold?
Well then, I need to go see the town speaker and see about finding other work for myself in the adventure capitalists.
There's a whisper.
I'd also,
We can come up with 20 copper.
No, thank you.
I mean, we're ruling miners in the
Maybe
mines.
the
We
goblins
don't
want
make that
help
kind of
forming
money.
a union.
Are you really gonna negotiate wages for us that we earn enough to pay you 20 gold every 10 day? I mean, amongst a lot of us, we might make a silver every 10 day. How are we gonna pay you 20 gold?
Amongst
How-
all of you?
Yeah,
He
how
starts
many of you
counting.
are there?
There, many.
So realizing that this scam isn't going to work because they simply don't
And they're
have the
looking
means.
at you very earnestly.
Okay, so how about this, okay? I don't know if we can get you that much, but how about we talk? Try and get your wages brought up, and then you give us, say, half.
Of the total wages or half of the increase?
Whatever you'll agree to.
Half of the increase.
Sure. Sure.
So the more you increase us, the more you get.
Yep. Sounds fair. I'm gonna lean over to whoever's closest, not even paying attention. It's probably Cairo. Yo, boys, this is free money. Check this out.
And you're going to lead the protest tonight.
No.
No,
Unfortunately.
but you're going to represent us. You're going to speak on our behalf.
Well, the type of speaking that I do happens behind closed doors. I will speak to the town speaker privately on your behalf, and I can assure you I can be very persuasive.
What if he lowers our wages? Are you going to pay us?
So then I'm gonna put my hands on my knees. I'm gonna stoop down real low to the kobolds. Well, you see, my friends, if he doesn't want to cooperate, then it's time for the workers to seize the means of production. You understand me?
Ooh.
Hey, I'm gonna step.
What that means? I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. What does that mean?
That means...
Hey, stop. Nope. As a top. Stop. We're not. No, you're not doing this.
What? I am trying to help these young lads.
No. We're not. No.
What? Young? I'll have you know I'm quite senior. I'm not young. You might be a whippersnapper yourself. You are making racial judgments, aren't you? Just like you told us we shouldn't accept, so we're not going to accept it
How
from
dare
you.
you? I'm ashamed of you.
We have some very
Did I
important.
say something wrong? I said something wrong, didn't I? Oh no! You
have
still
to talk
represent us though, right?
So Azathoth is just standing here quiet, looking at Pip, and he kind of shrugs.
No, we have other business to do. Good day. Come on, just get out of here. I'm tired.
And what are the rest of you lot doing? Did you come up with all this silliness?
Yeah, I mean,
I
Talus
mean,
was there,
very
but-
serious business dealings.
Yep, Talus was there, but he kind of stayed out of the negotiating. He's not really familiar with things like unions and stuff like that. So it's not part of his world.
I'm
Cairo, what do
watching-
you mean?
Andwise is watching to see what the goblins are doing while this is going on.
Well, the goblins are mostly standing around talking, and they're very interested. And do you go over to talk to them? I mean, they do kind of talk to each other a little bit, and all as they're watching this from across the square.
No, I'll stay where I'm at. I'll just check in to make sure they weren't like up to anything.
Okay. Well, you might notice a couple of them sort of inching closer because there's obviously something going on there with the kobolds and that big guy and that smaller guy with the hooves, and they want to kind of hear what that is because they're powerfully curious. So they're kind of inching their way over closer so they can hear.
All right, as I notice this, I'm going to look at the one that's inching closer, set my hand on the hilt of my sword, and inch closer to him.
He doesn't notice. He's focused. It's the two of them, and they're really focused on what's going on amongst the kobolds.
All right, I'm going to move to a position standing between them and the kobolds, facing them directly, looking right at them, and place my hand on my sword as if I'm going to pull it out.
What do you want?
They're having a private conversation over there. Let's leave it at that.
They're out in the public square. We're out in the public square. We have every right to be here. And we don't want them telling bad things about us. What's that word again? We said that word was libel. Libel. We don't want them libeling us. It's treason.
The kobolds, you mean?
The kobolds, yes. We don't want them libeling us goblins. What did I say? I don't know what I said. Anyways, the goblin would not be confused about who are the kobolds and who are the goblins.
I mean, you might. So, that's why you're out here? You just don't want the kobolds to speak ill of you.
You're over talking to the kobolds. Are you moving over closer towards the goblins?
Are they not close enough to where I would hear both?
Not quite yet. Well, I mean, you might have heard that last outburst because it was a little on the loud side.
No, I'll leave this one to who's with the goblins.
Andwise.
Yeah, I will leave this to you.
Although some of the kobolds hear that and go, treason? What do you mean treason? Are you accusing us of treason? Well, we'll show you, and they're going to start marching over towards the goblins. People seem to be on edge around here. And what are the rest of you doing, just standing there watching this?
What are
Yeah,
the
pretty
goblins doing? When the kobolds started marching over, what did the goblins do?
Well, the two that were up close to you scuttled back to the rest of the group, and they're all standing there looking solid, like they're going to stand their ground. We have rights. We have every right to be here. This is a public square.
At any point while the kobolds are talking like amongst themselves or anything, do they go into like speaking Draconic?
Yes.
Okay.
When they're muttering amongst themselves, it's definitely Draconic.
Okay, so while all of this is going on, I'm pretty much just making notes on the kobolds, like how they speak in Draconic, because their dialect will be probably just a little different to some others. And with the goblins, if I ever hear them talking, I don't speak goblin, so I'll start making notes on their languages to see if I can, figure certain parts out, see if it's somehow related to other languages that I know, that kind of thing. Just things to go over for later.
And as you are making notes, you notice someone at your elbow looking at what you're doing. What are you writing about us?
I look to see who's
It's
there.
a goblin.
It's
a goblin.
Okay.
What are you writing about us? Are you writing about us?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
What are you
Partially
writing?
writing about you and partially writing about the kobolds, and yeah.
Are you
Well-
writing bad things about us?
Bad things? No, just trying to figure out your goblin language.
Why?
Because I don't speak goblin. So if I understood your language, I would be able to speak goblin. Who knows what kind of insights it would lead me to.
It might raise your intelligence a bit. This daft person's taking notes about things he can't understand. And he goes walking back off towards the goblins.
Yeah, I just leave them to it.
And they basically just leave you to it. How about Cairo or Landar? What are you guys doing?
Landar's just
There we go.
now listening to the conversation and the negotiation of a unionized kobold workforce.
Cairo is having no part in this foolishness.
What are you doing instead?
Sharpening my axe, waiting for it to be used.
Ah, okay.
I like how menacing Cairo would look while the conversation's going on and tensions are getting high. And suddenly this Leonin just pulls out his axe and just starts gently sharpening it, looking around. It's like, yeah, I want you to start some stuff.
And another kobold comes running up and he's waving a few scattered sheets of paper. And all. Ah, there he is! He's got the pamphlets! The pamphlets! Yes, we got pamphlets! And he starts handing them out to the others, and it looks like he's got about 5 pieces of paper there.
Ooh. I'm going to take one of those. If I
You
can.
snag one? Okay. And you take a look at it?
Yeah. Let's see what's actually written on it.
Okay.
Grazgar, how you doing,
let me
dude?
take quick peek at your sheet.
Welcome
I
to the
don't think
stream.
you
Appreciate you.
understand. I don't think it's at all legible to you in any way, shape, or form. I think
I-
to you it looks like a few scrawls.
Oh,
Yes, to you it looks like a few scrawls on a piece of paper. Not even very many.
hey, Tallies,
Hmm.
can you read this?
I kind of sort of glance over at what he's holding out.
And to you it looks like very bad handwriting and misspelling, misshapen letters, and it basically just says we want rights. Or maybe it just says we rights.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's sort of it's sort of an attempt to be in common, but it's kind of written with draconic thing. And yeah, nobody else is going to be able to read it, probably.
Okay. Is it on both sides or is it just on one side?
Just on one side, just a little bit on one side, yeah.
Okay. I'll take whatever kind of like the color of ink that it is, and I'll just write rights for kobolds in common on the other side. And I'll say that's kind of the message that they're trying to get across. They're trying to say that they want rights. And I'll go to the kobolds and say, here, what you want to do, for one thing, most humanoids don't speak Draconic. So writing in Draconic is not a good idea. But if you can copy this, and I kind of show them the back that I've written on, copy it exactly as it appears there, it'll look a lot better. They'll be able to read it and they'll understand what you're trying to say.
And
People read pamphlets?
Copy it exactly.
People read pamphlets. Did you know people read pamphlets?
That's what they're for.
Right. And he snatches the pamphlet out of your hand and he goes and grabs the other pamphlets and he goes scuttling back off again. And the others are kind of muttering, but our pamphlets, what, aren't we supposed to have pamphlets? Do we need and they turned to Azototh. Do we need pamphlets? We need pamphlets, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean that's what the fee was for.
You write our pamphlets?
No. Not I. The union would delegate that to someone else. For example, you pay me, and then we'll go ahead and establish the union, and then I, as the union leader, will delegate that job to someone else.
Can't we just pay the someone else?
No, it needs to be official.
Indeed. And besides, if you did just go and pay them, what would you tell them to write? Because it's clear that, you kind of struggle with how to get through to humans, but the union knows how to put it. So you pay us, we come up with the idea and the structure, and then tell the other person what to write on the page, on the pamphlets.
Right. We
Hey,
tell us what
Morris,
to
thank you
write.
for
Right.
the resub, man.
Yes.
13 months.
Yes.
Holy
Yes.
shit, you've been
Union.
working
We
around that
want
long?
union. Yes. Union.
Well, thank you for the year, man. Appreciate that very much.
Just like a part of the union, you come to us, tell us what you want, we tell you how to do it, and then you go do it.
We want respect. We want pay. We want rights. You go say that.
No, that's what guys need to say. So you need many voices so that they think that it's that it's really important that you're heard. And the best place to do it, you can do it at the tavern where there are a lot of people. The problem is that most of the people that are at the tavern don't have the power to change things. The town hall, on the other hand, all the people that go there, they're the business owners, the mine owners, and all the people that control of those things. So they're the ones that you want to hear your message.
Right. Pack up the slot. Pack up. We're gonna protest at town hall.
Oh, whoa! You don't want to go yet. You don't want to go yet. So you haven't arranged the union yet. So if you just turn up, they might just think you're a mob.
No, the town
And that's
crier
dangerous.
announced we were protesting. It's a protest. We paid town crier 3 coppers.
I don't know. What do you think,
And he
Azathoth?
told it was a union. No, he told it was a protest. Sorry, protest. We didn't know about union yet.
Well, I think we've been wasting a lot of time here. And, since these kobolds don't seem to want to unionize properly, maybe we should go see if the goblins want to form a union.
No! We union! You're being mobbed by kobolds.
So, are you ready to pay your union dues?
We don't know how much. You gotta negotiate higher pay for us so we know how much.
Well, you stay here until I get back. I'm gonna go negotiate right now.
Okay, we're staying here.
Okay, let's go.
And a lone goblin comes up and says, "Hey!
Hey,
Negotiate what? We want negotiate."
I kind of look over.
And the kobolds are going, "We're a union. You're not a union." And the goblins are, "What's a union?"
You should have told the kobolds to go wait somewhere else so we could play both sides.
So I'm gonna stoop down to the goblins, right, and look over to the kobolds to see if make sure they're not listening. So a union. That is, and then I look over to Pip to see if he's listening.
I am.
The kobolds are not.
A union is a group that is organized to ensure that workers are treated fairly. You see, those kobolds over there just paid us an entire 10 days worth of wages to help them form a union. So we're gonna go and talk to the townspeaker. And
Kobolds can't organize anything.
well, they did. That's why they're paying us.
How much are they paying?
I told you, an entire 10 days worth of wages, all of them.
Pah, they're fools. They're idiots.
Yeah,
You say that now, but
when they unionize and they convince the townspeaker to get rid of those goblins, we'll see how much of an idiot they are. I understand they're not very big fans of you.
And the goblins look kind of stunned. And then they whip around and they start whispering amongst themselves.
Now, ladies, gentlemen, gentle goblins, I do have a counter proposition.
What's that?
Well, if you could pay our wages, then when we talk to the townspeaker, we will speak on your behalf instead.
But didn't you take their wages to speak on their behalf?
I would do the honorable thing and refund their money.
Why would you work for goblins instead? Why? How do we know you wouldn't then turn around and get more money from them and refund our money?
Well, I didn't like their attitude, to be honest. They were very mean, said a lot of very hurtful and rude things about goblins, and I thought that wasn't very nice. I'd much prefer to work for you instead.
They're treasons.
They are. So, would you like to form a union?
What do we have to do?
You just simply pay me a 10 days worth of wages, and then you wait right here.
A 10 days worth of wages.
Yes, for your whole cadre there. Yep.
But we can. But we don't get our wages here.
Where do you get them?
Well, get our wages from the goblin boss. We get it monthly, and we're not due for another 210 day. And I spent all mine already.
See you around.
But
you might want to go tell your boss that you're gonna be out of work soon. He's not gonna like that.
I mean, unless you could come up with another way to pay enough money.
maybe we go back to. They're whispering amongst themselves. Maybe we go back to Karluk and we talk to the goblin boss about union. Do you want to talk to the goblin boss about union? Good point. They look a little undecided. They're sort of.
Termalaine's gonna be in civic revolt soon.
Yeah, I was just typing. Yeah, we're gonna go to Targos. When we come back, the town's just gonna be burning because there's been a big war between like goblins, kobolds, and everybody else.
Just throws both hands into the air. It's time to shed the shackles of capitalism. Seize the means of protection, my friends.
But you're the adventure capitalist.
I know. It's communism at its finest.
Oh. And so a kobold's coming up and said, what are you talking to those goblins for? I thought you were going to talk to this town speaker.
Yes, we were going there right now, but then they stopped me.
And the goblins start looking suspiciously at you.
All right, boys, it's getting hot. I think we should go.
All right, let's head to the town speaker then.
Okay, so you are at the Blue Clam, and they're clearly working on trying to clean out from the mess from last night. All the water and ice and snow damage and all of that. Who all is approaching the Blue Clam?
Landar is.
Yeah, Tally's is.
Andwise is sticking with the group.
Landar is. Okay, you were there last night. You were responsible for this mess, weren't you?
Responsible
I
for
should
cleaning
charge you damages.
Uh-oh.
compared to
Wait.
how much damages the rest of the town was going to do to this entire
We
place.
just spent all night and well into the morning here trying to clean out all that water you put in there. That was you, wasn't it?
That's
I don't
fine.
know how you shoveled that much snow in that fast, but I knew it.
You'll just have to charge them for every life that you potentially saved that night. How many people were in the building again?
80 maybe?
Ooh, I mean,
So 20 gold pieces per head? That sounds about right.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I mean, we're
Oh,
talking.
you're going to pay 20 gold
per head.
pieces per head in damage.
No, 20 gold
Yes.
pieces per head of people that I saved that night. So this town owes me quite a lot of money.
Is this the town speaker or just the owner of the inn?
This is just the tavern owner.
All right.
Listen, small fry, we don't have business with you.
You certainly don't. You're not coming back in here anytime soon.
Well, I could always just set the place on fire. That, I mean, that would help get rid of some of
You
the
gotta
water.
be
in
more
it.
subtle than that, friend.
And he starts frantically going around. It's like, quick, move those things out. He's doing fire next. Call the town watch. Ah!
Not the first place I've been kicked out of. But where's the town speaker? That's the only reason we're really here.
Probably in his offices. Yes, he's at his offices. I'm sure he's at his offices at the town hall. Definitely. He's not here. Now go away.
I knew it.
Guess we gotta go to the town hall.
To the town hall!
As we leave, I just use a key point and move like 20 feet of snow back into the building.
Out! You go away. Yeah, get this cleaner, get the shovels, and get the buckets. Are you leaving away this poor frantic tavern keep?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so before we get to the town hall, I'm gonna have to go get some more honey tea. I shall be right back.
A good time to take a break and pay some of those bills. If you haven't already, make sure you check out Hit Point Press, one of our official sponsors of the community. Hit Point Press is the creators of a lot of very wonderful products, such as the Humblewood campaign setting and the spell tokens that you can import in Roll20, and they have a full set. They're really, really amazing. If I was prepared, I would have had this already. But let's check them out. Hit Point Press. Bam. Look at this. Alright. So, we have the... It's alright, I know what I'm doing. Professional streamer. We have the Humblewood campaign setting, which is West March's legal. Has a lot of really, really cool stuff in it, including all of our friendly woodland folks. Very, very cool. But this is what I was talking about. They have these spell tokens, and if I could actually find them, they have 5th edition campaign accessories. They have... Oh man, I'm not gonna find them. It's gonna very much upset me. That's okay. Like I said, check it out. There it is. Check it out. You know, if you use the affiliate link that is posted in the Discord, then a portion of your sales help support our community. But they are very, very cool. In these PDFs, you get a number of animated cards, and they're formatted like a card, and there will be an image, much like the ones that you see, that illustrate the spells as they are happening, and then at the bottom it will have all the information. Very, very cool. Highly recommend checking it out. Yeah, that's that. And Karis should be back, and then we will be ready. This is my first time having to try and do a plug midstream. You gotta just tell me I did great, regardless. All right. Oh, Gizmo went dark.
All right. Y'all are coming up to the town hall. Right. I suppose I should look up what the name of this town speaker is. Oh yes, Speaker
It's
Matthew.
Jim Bob.
Matthew. Speaker Matthew, yes. Good thing I didn't spend much time on Targos. You guys are never going to get to Targos. Let's see. I should start prepping Lonelywood. There's been no mention of Lonelywood. You guys are probably going to take it in your heads to go there. Okay.
Hey, I've heard of this place just now called Lonelywood. It sounds like a...
All right. Okay, so you come up to the town hall. Do we have everybody back? Andwise is writing me a note.
I think he's dead.
Okay. Who's in the lead? Who is leading us up the stairs of this beauteous town hall? Has gorgeous carvings on it. I mean, Termalaine is the jewel of 10 towns.
It will be me.
We'll be close behind.
I think we had established that earlier, right? Because I asked if anybody else wanted to do the talking, and they were like, "Nope, you do it." And I said, "Okay."
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna find something to get distracted by. Just give me a couple minutes.
Okay. All right. So, you come up into the town hall, and you do see, kind of in There's a couple of open rooms, and you kind of look over off in that direction, and you see the gentleman that you spoke to at the meeting at the Blue Clam last night over there. He's a Speaker Matthew's a half orc, and so you saw him and you recognize him.
Hmm.
And he is speaking to a woman. And you come up. What do you say?
Well, so I'm gonna walk up and kind of stand off to the side, and then I'm just gonna go, "Hey."
Yes. What is it?
So,
Oh, you lot were at that mob last night, right? We never did it. Right. Remind me, we got to reschedule that meeting.
Well,
What can I do for you?
yesterday you had talked to us about your mine troubles.
Yes, I do recall that. Yes.
Well, we've reconsidered. Out of the goodness of our heart, we have decided to take your contract to clear out the mine of its monsters, and we would like
Well, I don't know about monsters. They're kobolds.
kobolds.
Well, yes. I mean, a group of kobolds crept into the mine a few days ago. I mean, they came in from the surface, and they're too dangerous for, just your average miners. So,
Yeah,
I mean, because one of the miners went missing just a few days before, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there might be a monster, I suppose.
Yes. So these kobolds that are inhabiting your mines,
Mm-hmm.
they're not with the group that is currently protesting, right?
I don't think so.
Well, regardless,
I don't think. Did we give them a permit to protest? I don't think we've done that yet. We need to do that. They're protesting at the Blue Clam again, right?
yes. So, well, I guess I have several points of interest I need to discuss with you. One, we are going to help you with the mines so that they can reopen.
Okay.
What?
Excellent.
What was
That will
the
help the
payment
local economy.
for that contract again?
50 gold.
50 gold apiece. Thank you very much. I will.
No, 50 gold in total. I am offering 50 gold for clearing out the mines.
Yes, that is what I said. 150 gold. You got it.
No, 50 gold. 50 gold.
I'm sorry.
To which whatever group tells me that clears out the mine and can demonstrate to us that they've cleared out the mine so that we can resume work, that group will get 50 gold in total.
Yes, 50 gold. Sorry, I'm a
50.
little hard of hearing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly when negotiating. So 50 gold each to clear the mine. We will. Is there?
No,
a time?
not each. In total. In total.
Yes. Is there any more information? Time limit, specific things we should be wary of? Or is it just get the mine open again and collect the reward?
Well, there is a central shaft, and it's not clear to me whether the disappeared miner was, killed by kobolds, eaten by a monster, whatever, or just fell down that central shaft. I mean, it's deep enough that anybody that falls down there would never be found. So do be careful of that.
Incidentally, if somehow your man is still alive and we were able to recover him safely, would there be an additional reward for
You would have to bring that up with his family.
Of life? Okay, we'll leave him down there.
Do you know who the mythic miner is?
I'm sorry, I missed what you just said.
You know who the missing miner is?
Do I know who the missing miner is?
Yes.
I think it was that human Bartholomew.
Human Bart is lost in mine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe did.
I
Okay.
think that's who it was, yes.
So, we will be back shortly with news about your mine. However, we have also come to discuss with you an issue with your protesting kobolds and goblins.
What's the issue with them?
Well, one is
People have a right to protest.
Yes.
I mean, they should get a permit. That's helpful so that we can make sure we've got town guard there to help keep things orderly.
No. You don't understand. They have hired us to negotiate on their behalf.
Negotiate what?
Well, we're about to go into your mine and reopen it, yes?
Yes.
And then once that mine is reopened, if your workforce is all protesting, what good is it going to do Termalaine?
They want jobs in the mine.
Well, the kobolds are upset because they feel they should be compensated more equitably.
They should be compensated for invading the mine and scaring the miners out of it.
Not those kobolds, the other kobolds.
Well, if they go in and do a miner's work, they would get paid a miner's pay. I'm not clear what the issue is here.
And what is the miner's pay?
They get paid, I think they get paid a copper a day. Bonuses if they find an extra good vein, I think. I'm not the mine owner myself.
Ah, well then, maybe we should be talking with them. Although, is it not the responsibility of the local government to ensure that those who are residing in your district are able to work in a safe and fair environment? Isn't that why we have government and laws? Shouldn't you be regulating the mine so that the miners are fairly compensated and able to work in an environment where they don't have to worry about injury and death other than what would be considered normal?
I suppose a case could be made for that, although I'm not sure what business it is of yours. I don't believe you are residents here, and I don't believe you are paying any taxes.
I told you.
And we would
I
have to raise taxes for something like that.
The kobolds to negotiate in their stead.
Okay. And they can pay additional taxes then in order to do this. I mean, right now we have a volunteer town guard forced to defend the town when there
Here's what I would suggest. You pass a law. Make it so that the miners would be forced to be paid a decent wage. And in return, they can now be taxed at a greater amount, meaning there is more money for the town or for you if you so chose. But in either regards, the kobolds are happy, you have a healthy workforce, and the town benefits. One, because you have the people working the mines, and two, because you have tax revenue coming in. Doesn't that sound like a winning situation for everyone involved?
You are talking about the end of my political career.
How so?
But think about all the taxes the money that you take can be used as sacrifices to Oral. Maybe it might end.
Oh, don't even bring that up. Don't even bring that up. We still have to have that meeting again because there is no consensus on that. So you're saying people should pay tax.
Shush, friend, shush. Let me paint you a picture, and I throw my arm around their shoulders. Picture this. You have a whole tribe of little kobolds ready to work your mines. With the law you pass, they bring in a great deal of wealth at the expense of the owner of the mine. He can afford it. He makes so much. Then that money is taxed heavily by Termalaine, and then that money goes into your coffers, which you can then offer as a sacrifice to Oral. Not all of it, of course, just a fraction, but it's still way more coins than Termalaine usually sees. You get to be a hero because you have stop the town from its madness of what to sacrifice. And also, you make yourself a nice little profit on the side. Doesn't that sound most rewarding?
Pip just kind of chimes in. And what about the goblins?
Nobody cares about goblins. They wouldn't play ball. They're on their own.
I think that's why they are counter-protesting tonight, is because attitudes like that, nobody cares about the goblins. I think this, I might be speaker, but I am not overlord of this town.
Good.
You are free to bring that up at the town meeting, which we are probably going to try to schedule for tomorrow night, and make your case there.
You got it. All right, boys, let's go clear out the mine. We'll get back up here before sundown so that we can attend the meeting.
Okay, so the mine is out on the road northeast, a short ways into the hills, and with this weather, you might want to rethink starting immediately.
Hey, I'm good with words, not with plans. That's who's the smart one here?
That would be Tally's.
All right, new goals: convince speaker to pass corrupt laws, making wealth a profit. Use wealth for moral sacrifice.
I might mention to you that if you don't get much of a reception here tomorrow night, you might try taking that message down to Targos, because the speaker there, speaker Nerith Maxildunar, he would probably be very interested in such a progressive move.
What'd you say his name was?
Nerith Maxildunar.
Could I get you to spell that? And I pull out a quill and start writing furiously.
I think he is very much into assertive leadership of his town, and I think such an idea would really strike his fancy.
That's good to
I
know.
believe he resides at the Luskan Arms. He has a suite there. I know it's an inn, but he has a suite there. I am certain that he would take this in good advisement.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that you are interested in hearing my proposal and willing to share that knowledge with me. That is very useful.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't happen to own property in Targos, would you?
I do not happen to, no. No, my roots go back here in Termalaine, so.
All right.
So, anything else you would like to discuss this highly entertaining conversation?
How far away is the mine?
Well, in this weather, if you can get there, probably maybe 3-ish hours. I mean, in really good weather, it's like only half an hour, but this is really ugly. And right as he says that, another blast of wind kind of shakes the town hall building a little bit.
Can I just for a moment review the madness that has unfolded over the past 90 minutes? Because I've written it down, and I don't know how we got here. But we are going to convince the speaker to pass labor laws forcing the mine owners to increase the wages for the kobolds, which then he is going to tax heavily so that he can make a profit, which will placate the people if he were to choose to use it as a sacrificed oral, or he could just keep the money. That's irregardless. Should he do that, though, and increase the wages of the kobolds, they have agreed to give us half of their wages each 10 day. So, as part of this union we made up.
No, they agreed to half of the increase.
Right. Yes. But still, it's we're did we just create the mob? Like, well, okay, we got to convince the town. We got to get the
I was
town
drinking
meeting
my
on
tea.
board.
That's kind of my husband's reaction to this. Yes.
Don't did we create the mob? You created the mob. We have done nothing.
I can imagine like later on we build up and like Orion's not Oriole's not playing ball. We need to send some boys over to take care of her.
I think someone's gonna have to go kneecap the speaker in Targos. We haven't collected our dues in a couple days. What was the mob boss that ran the unions? What was? Doesn't matter.
Was that Hoffa? I don't remember.
Hoffa died.
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
I was not ready for this today.
You know.
So,
Azathoth has
what are you gonna do with
experience
the
as a leader.
weather?
Oh,
I mean, you've managed to make your way around in the town. But I mean, while you've been going up and down the town, it's not snowing heavily, but what there is, the wind is pretty bad and is kicking up snow all over.
Sure, it would be fine. It's not that long. Only 3 hours.
I heard the DM say that we shouldn't travel because the weather's bad. I say we take the challenge.
I also say we take the
But
challenge.
then again,
You're
I'm not the
on.
plan guy.
Okay.
Okay, I don't.
You're on. All right.
All right. So what we need
no.
to do to begin with, so that we don't have people wandering off and getting lost, tie each other together with rope.
Yep. Get our crampons and everything else put on.
My snowshoes and all that.
Okay. Let's see here. So.
What have we done? So, and then here's Plan B, right? If the town doesn't go along with this plan, that's when we go with Plan C.
And what's Plan C?
It's time
Is
to
there a
tear down the proletariat. Union.
We
It's
could
a
just
barroom brawl, just citywide.
thing called anarchy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you head out and you follow the directions, and I'm gonna need. So what were the provisions you were making from getting separated there, Tallies?
So we're all tied to each other with rope.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of us was part of our adventuring kits. We should have rope, so
Yeah,
we should
Oh,
have
yeah.
plenty to
we had
keep
done
us
this
all tied
before
together.
too. The
Yes,
rope
you've done this
leash.
before.
I mean,
So we'll need to establish a marching order of two people at the front that are able to, somewhat be navigate, and then I don't know if it helps just to try and keep everybody on track. I know we're all tied together, but I can keep throwing out the occasional firebolt just so that we can, we should be close enough to all be able to see it, so that we can,
Could
maintain some visibility.
Okay. And so who's Landar has been in the front before?
I will be in the front with Landar, side by side.
Okay.
And you don't need a firebolt. We have our super bright lantern, remember?
We do. You're right.
Yes.
I will be behind Azathoth and Landar.
We should all just walk, like, tied together horizontally, like hip to hip.
We
And
all
then-
hold hands.
And no. Whoever's in the back, you have to put your hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you. Where did I get that idea, Lane?
I don't know.
You told it to me.
All right. Okay. So give me Landar and Azathoth. Give me some survival. Out in this blizzard.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Woo-wee.
That's not.
Okay, fortunately Landar's in front. All right, so Landar, you're making your way through. You just have this magical sense, don't you, about where the mountain is, where the cairn is, and navigating by that is anywhere around in Icewind Dale. So as you go through, as you're traveling through, about an hour into it, there is a light kind of up ahead, and behind you, the wind is whispering at those who are further back in the line. You're getting these whispers that just right on the edge of your hearing that you can almost hear but not quite hear.
What is that?
I don't know. I see a light ahead.
Just for the record, the lantern that we were holding and navigating with, it is the fancy lantern.
The lantern of revealing that reveals
Elementals, the lantern of tracking.
elementals. Yes. This is not an elemental, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Okay.
It is not an elemental. Okay. Okay. And looming out of this swirling snow, you see a figure, and I've got one of these somewhere. Handout. Player art handout. Oh, fuss. I had it out last week. Where'd it go? Anyways, and while I'm looking for that, behind you, you're hearing a voice talking about doom. Aha!
It's a big thing.
As this figure sort of almost emerges out of the snow in front of
Uh-oh.
Did you see the handout?
Yep.
Okay, good. And the whispers in the wind whipping around the back. Doom. Doom.
Guys, we may have a problem up here.
Being a native, would I be familiar with these boys?
You are familiar with them? Legend has it that these have something to do with Oro, but you aren't really sure what. And the whispering starts again. This is the doom that awaits you all. This is the fate of any who dare to claim what is mine. Behold the final light. And this is shambling towards you, as you can see it a little better as it comes out of the snow swirling around it.
When you say towards us, do you mean like it is coming directly at us with a purpose, or is it just kind of shambling in our direction?
You may make an insight check to see if you can tell.
Oh no, I'm really good at that.
From what you can tell, it seems to be just shambling in your direction.
So if that's the case, right, and I don't think it's on a course for us, I'm gonna whisper to the group, we should try and avoid it. Dangerous that.
Agreed. We should try and work our way around.
This is your doom.
And fast. So with that, Lendar is going to start navigating off and box around this thing.
Okay.
I mean, we are all together. I guess we have to follow.
Okay. It doesn't actually seem to notice you in the mist, and as it wanders by, you are able to avoid it, walking around it.
That's good news.
And you make your way further towards the forest where you've been told that the entrance to the mine is. And as you come up to what you think is the entrance, at least there's sort of an open tunnel in the hillside that it seems to sort of emerge out, and suddenly you're there with the swirling snow around. And you trip over an empty cart that was there, made out of iron, and it looks like there were rails there. And you kind of feel your way in, and you find a crude wooden sign that is sort of, it looks like it ought to be common, but it's a little hard to read. It kind of has scratch marks on it.
All right, I think we're here. And I'm going to start trying to navigate into the tunnels.
And as you get up and you actually look at it, suddenly you realize you can read it. It says kobolds only. And now that you're looking at it straight on, not only does it say kobolds only, you can read it in common.
Does it say it's the mine?
Well, I mean, it does seem to be in a wooden sign here at the entrance into a tunnel.
Let's move inside. We can get out of the cold and collect our bearings.
Agreed.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, not enough of the tunnel is inside the dynamic lighting thing. So I'm going to move you to the gem mine map. If I can find you, here you are. And some of you will be able to see, and some of you won't be able to see it until I get you further into the mine. Who has the lantern? Azatoth, you have the lantern?
Azatoth has a lantern.
All right. Can you guys see with light coming from Azatoth?
Negative.
Nope.
Okay. We're in this area.
It's updated dynamic lighting. Not legacy. So it should be token emits 30, 30.
Hey,
Yep.
There you go. I got you, Gears.
Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep. I also do not
All right.
have temp HP at the moment, so I will remove that.
All right, in this room. Okay. So looking around here, the tunnels are about 7-foot high ceilings. So those of you who are taller feel a little claustrophobic, like you keep wanting to duck, even though I don't think any of you are more than 7 feet tall, are you? Cairo, are you more than 7 feet tall?
I think so, yes.
I am all.
Okay, some of the wider areas have a little bit taller. Oh, you're even taller than I thought you were. Okay, so it feels a little cramped to the larger of you. The room you come out in.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Does that mean we are squeezing
It's wide enough for you, but it is a little bit uncomfortable. As you can see, that tunnel you just came through was only 5 feet wide.
Okay. You are kind and generous, DM. Thank you.
Hmm. And so you come into this room, and you're out of the weather, and it's a lot quieter here. And you see along the side here in this room that you're in racks that hold picks and hammers that are along the walls of this cavern. And there's rock dust and everything everywhere in this small space. And you are now free to move about.
You should stay behind me, since I have the lantern. I'm gonna hold it up and kind of see that there's 3 passageways here.
Mm-hmm.
Which way do you suppose we should go?
Just go straight ahead. I think down this way would be good.
Alright, so I'm gonna be moving slowly as we progress through here.
Okay, and you are descending downwards a certain amount there. Okay. And you kind of see some glints of stuff as you look back over here. And as you come up ahead, you kind of see benches and tables. You can kind of see the edge of benches and tables. And as you come up to the room, it looks like there are workspaces here where possibly gemstones are cleaned. There's gravel and pebbles strewn all over the ground. There's a few hammers, picks, and a few broken lanterns lying around. Kind of looks like this area might have been left in a hurry.
So I'm gonna come up here and just slowly, ever slowly, just kind of surveil around all the things that have been left here.
This here is a 7-foot high cliff up. So the passageway above it is 7 feet above the floor where you are at.
So just standing here, I can see over it.
You can, yes. And you can see a passageway heads off that direction.
The tools and supplies that are left here, nothing seems like it'd be of value worth picking up and taking.
Are you doing a casual look or are you actively searching?
I've been searching, yes.
Okay. Well, actively searching, you can find, it looks like, you can see a figurine that looks like somebody may have been sort of doodling with on their time. That actually looks to be pretty good quality. It's a recognizable figurine of a dog that has Termalaine eyes. And it looks like it's good quality and might be worth something.
Yep, we're taking that. Dog figurine.
You find a couple of broken tools tossed off in the corner. You find some broken shards of what looks like, where some ores and gems might have been processed. That doesn't look like it's worth anything.
All right. And I don't try to hide me picking up the figure. I just, stoop down, grab it, shove it in the bag, and then stand up and keep walking towards the opening to the south.
Okay. And this continues on down. As you come around the corner, you can see wooden planks and struts that form kind of a walkway around the wall of what looks like some sort of a vertical shaft. You haven't really gotten up close enough left to really look down. If you listen in the distance, you can hear, it sounds like a waterfall crashing around, and it's actually looks like it might be kind of louder. As you get closer to it and closer to the edge of that, it gets louder and louder. And if you get to where you can look down, you do get to a place where you can see down that there is a waterfall there. It's a little bit below where you are. And if you look down the edge, it looks very, very far down.
So, what about this bridgeway here?
Mm-hmm.
Because I am very large, and I'm very heavy because I'm carrying a million things.
Mm-hmm.
And Cairo is also very large and heavy. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna kind of stand on the rock, and I'm gonna hold on to either side, take one leg and kind of kick at it, just test and make sure it's sturdy before we walk out there.
It seems to give rather alarm. I mean, at first it seems like, okay, just tap, tap seems okay, but as you put a little bit of pressure on it, it seems to give alarmingly.
So I'm just gonna hold up my hand, like one finger, spin it around. Turn it around. We can't go this way.
What's the problem?
Here, come here and look. And I'm gonna shimmy back a little bit so that he can squeeze in. And we'll hold up the lantern, illuminating a giant hole. That's that central shaft that they had warned us about. And you see the bridge? No, not doing that. I have a feeling that I would certainly fall to my death, and that's not something I am interested in.
Well, I see water. If you'd like, I could make us an ice bridge across.
Will it be sturdy enough?
Have you been able to break through ice easily enough?
Ay, Cavalio, do we really want to risk this?
Yes.
There were other passageways. We could probably find a way around.
Well, we could do that. If we hit a dead end, we could always come back for a plan B.
Okay, well, the little ones will go first. That way, if it collapses under my weight, it is only I that need to contend with it.
Now, I'm saying the plan B is I'll make the ice bridge if we need to come back.
Oh, so you wish to find other passage?
Yeah, I mean, let's stay with sturdy ground for now, and if we run into dead ends and this is the only path forward, then we'll try a plan B of an ice bridge across.
That's not plan.
Pip, are you actually putting any of your weight on the bridge?
Nah,
It's bait.
yeah. Just trying to see the room.
Okay. It's a very, very long way down. I mean, so the waterfall is about 30 feet below you. And you can't tell, you don't see anywhere that the water lands. It just falls.
So, I guess we're not going this way. We're gonna scooch back around and start slowly navigating back to the nearest fork.
Okay.
I think I've been turned around. We came from this way, yeah? And I hold up the lantern to the left.
Yes, I believe that's the direction we came.
So we'll step forward here, and we can go.
And from here, you can hear sounds of running water off to your right.
The waterfall, I would bet. So, and I just sweep the lantern, showing the tunnel to the north and then the tunnel to the south.
You do see a little bit of glinting. Your light glints off a little bit
Which direction?
up to the north.
To the north!
So this part up here is about 5 feet higher than this part down here, and it slopes up on either side to get up there. And so it's a rocky ridge up there, sort of separating the two areas You see picks and shovels leaning against the ridge. There's small gem deposits kind of in the ridge and in the walls that catch the light of your lantern and gleam a little bit.
Here we go, boys. Grab a pick. We're taking everything we can carry. I'm gonna put the lantern down on the floor, and I sold the mining pick I had picked up before, so I'm gonna grab one of the ones that are here, and I'm gonna try to dislodge some of the gems that are in the wall.
Okay, how much effort are you putting into this?
You know, I am very large, so, and also 0 experience as a miner, so I would be just full ham, just.
All right. Give me some athletics. Let's do some strength here. You're nice and strong. And from your initial stuff about this, you can, bang on it, bang on it, bang on it, and almost sort of dislodge one and crack another something. And after the first couple of minutes, you have scratched the surface.
Is anybody gonna help, or am I doing it all myself?
Now Landar's jumping in. There's plenty of pickaxes around. Let's get to work. This is why we came here.
I don't think Pip is suited for this kind of work.
So what's Pip gonna do instead?
Watch.
What? You should play us a song. At least make it entertaining.
Nah, you guys got this. I'm gonna brush some rocks out the way and sit down.
Okay. So, Landar, Cairo, and Azatoth are all working away at the mine. Don't quit your day job, fellas.
You know, the meeting isn't until tomorrow. We literally have like a whole day. We're in no rush to clear out the mine, right? We just got to get it done before tomorrow evening. I suppose we whittle away at this wall here for a bit. We'll break camp, grab a bite to eat, maybe smack it a couple more times, and then when we feel satisfied with our gains, then we can go.
Okay. How many hours are you planning to?
For what it's worth, by the way, Tally's is because he's not physically strong, but he can probably spot like faults in the rock and things like that. His great knowledge of nature and whatnot. So he's going to be using the help action to give anybody who is digging. Just keep trying to give them advantage.
It's very nice. Thank you.
Okay. Pip is doing anything but working. Yep. All right. So,
Do I see any smaller picks? I mean, I'm not really big.
yes, you see there are all different sizes here. Yes. Some are kobold sized, some are human sized, some are hefty human sized. All right. So, after the first hour, Andwise is working too.
Yeah.
Andwise is working too.
I would assume he's just got his dagger and he's trying to like scrape out.
Okay. So after the first hour, Landar has come up with a pebble-sized tourmaline of a nice, pretty blue color. It's a nice pebble-sized one. And Cairo has come up with a bigger one, about an acorn-sized one. After about an hour, he's managed to free this. And neither Azatoth nor Andwise have found anything. They've found some nice rock. That's after the first hour. Are you going to keep going?
Are we gonna keep?
Landar's prepared to put an 8-hour day in.
Yeah.
Pip just shouts from the back, "You guys are doing great."
Oh, that
he just
sounds like
kinda kicks
Bardic.
back.
Did you just Bardic me?
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Actually, it's not that. It's not Bardic. It's guidance.
Oh, that works too. Do you want a second athletic check?
No. Okay, so
No.
let's see. Oh,
I've been helped in guidance.
so you guys are going to work for hours. So your first real break, maybe say 4 hours in. Azatoth has attempted to be very, very strategic. I mean, he's going after the most gleam, and he has managed to prize out what looks to him like an unflawed Termalaine that's even a little bit bigger than the one that Landar had gotten. And working over the course of 4 hours, you managed to come up with maybe a double handful of stones of various sizes. Is Andoy's going to attempt to assess these? You might want to take them to the processing room in order to get dig in a little bit, get a little better look at each of them.
How long did the party say we were being here? We were staying here doing this again?
An 8-hour day is what I heard, which we're about halfway through.
Okay.
So
So
you're
it's,
taking a rest?
it's you guys got here about midday, so it's mid-afternoon or late afternoon.
I certainly am taking a rest. I am back.
I'm not gonna let him take a rest since he's not helping. Anytime I pry a rock out of the wall that is not obviously valuable, I throw it at him.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. I didn't see you laying there doing nothing. My fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try
I mean, you could be
myself
fixing
a shield.
food.
And we have a variety of colors of these tourmalines. We've got, some pale green and some pinks and some browns and some blacks, and it's looking kind of pretty. I mean, it's a little hard to tell when you get them in their raw form.
Landar did actually bring up a good point. We'll try to make some food for the party while they're, working.
Okay. And where are you planning to do this?
I have rations. I'm just gonna set them all nice.
You're
And
just gonna hand out rations to everybody? Okay.
I have 3. You guys will have to fight for them.
I have rations. And I'm not above sharing.
That's all I have. You guys can have rations.
Why am I carrying 17 sets of rations?
I think
Well, you
actually might be
gathered
carrying
some. You
a
gathered
bunch
some
of
from the
mice.
base camp, and you gathered yeah.
So he just fed 3 people. I will feed the other 3. Bam, bam, bam. Rations for everyone.
Crap. Now I have no more rations.
Oh, here you go. And I give you 3 more so that you're carrying it and not me.
Cool. And then I'm going to lay back down and preferably use my shield as cover.
Okay. So you guys are going to spend a bunch of time working. I'm not going to roll each individual gem. We'll aggregate the gems. And so you spend a reasonably productive day, and you find all the equipment you need. You find a cart to help sort of, to pile the stuff in, and you find tools and all that you need. Are you going to make any attempt to try and evaluate these gems before you head out, or what all are you doing here?
I would think, this, like, we're not jewelers, we're not experts. I would think we would just be pocketing everything and then trying to appraise them once we leave. I mean,
Okay.
that seems like the most logical thing for our group, But
So Tallies wouldn't really know the monetary value of them, but like having a proficiency in nature, I mean that's going to include geology, right? So I'd probably have a pretty decent knowledge of what the rocks are and which ones are going to be the most valuable ones, even if I can't maybe put a price on them.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, not really.
Okay. So I guess we're just pocketing them all?
Sounds reasonable, yeah.
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 Are you just gonna give us a list for the group, or is it per person?
Um, I shall give you a list per person, but maybe a little later, because you guys at the moment you have no idea what they're worth.
Okay.
So
Cool. That means we also don't need to worry about weight. All right. So then we work for so many hours. We eat our rations. We regather our strength and composure, and then we continue searching through the caverns. Right?
okay.
I'm pretty sure. I walk out here and kind of look around. I don't know where I'm going, and then I guess
can't.
we find the entrance, and then we turn
Yep.
around. Hey, it's not that way.
If you could move slower, some of us can't see without you.
Well, maybe you should walk faster.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my hooded lantern and cast a cantrip.
Azatoth,
yeah.
where you are, that's the way that there's the sounds of water down that way.
Ah, magic. I have that. I would like to cast light on my own shield because I have that.
Is light 30/30, or is it 20/20?
2020.
Oop, wrong button. I got it, Karis.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. There, now we have sources of light. Sneaking through the cave, impossible.
Absolutely impossible.
Well, mine is like floating above me, so it's pretty easy for me to still disappear.
All right. So coming in here, you do see an underground river flowing down through the far side of the cavern, and you see some glittering eyes that, looking back from your lantern light, of two large gray rodents with long tails and beady eyes. And as you come in, they rush to attack you. Let's get some initiative.
Wait, you said they rush in to attack?
They rush to attack you. Yes.
As in they move into my reach?
Yes,
So can I take an op attack?
you may.
Because I am Polar Master.
Yes, you are.
Reaction. Bap. Oh, it didn't roll the damage. Why did it not roll the damage? That's okay. We can just click that button.
Do I have Betty?
So hit for 8?
5, 6. I don't have Azatoth yet.
No, because I was rolling my.
Yes. That is probably. Oh, that is not a hit. That is a miss.
No. Look up. Polar Master
up.
op attack 21. But it didn't roll the damage, so I had to click.
Yes. Yes, that is a hit for 8. And you slice the first rat in two. So it comes into your reach, and it is now 2 halves of a rat. We might not need to worry about initiative, actually. Okay, Pip, but we can go through the order, and Pip, you're going to start.
Seeing
Oh,
the
did I get Azatoth up? There we go.
get sliced in half, Pip's just gonna kind of look at it. Ugh, gross. And I'm just gonna back up and dodge.
Excuse
doing
me.
anything.
Come through. All right.
Let someone else. take care
Azatoth,
of it.
are we gonna go any further past you, or are you just gonna take care of that second rat?
I'm pretty sure we're just gonna
Very
take care
likely.
of this. Chop. Oh, yep.
That's an X-rat. Okay, no more rats. There are now rat pieces in this room. Mm-hmm.
It's okay,
This is-
Pip. You don't have to run. It's taken care of.
Is it done?
Scoop down and pick back up the lantern.
Yeah.
Gross. Did you have to like hit it so hard you couldn't have just like kicked it off or something?
I'm gonna grab one of the pieces of the rat. I'm just kind of push it towards Pip. Here, save the meat.
Good.
Are you
So the water is clearly flowing that way.
which way?
arrow?
It's flowing south.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Did I put the? I think I put the arrow on the.
You
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
It's just blended.
Yeah. Well, I know you can see it. I'm not sure he can see it. So, okay, it is clearly flowing that way, and it is flowing quite fast through here. It's got little eddies and all as it whooshes down towards the gap in there.
Besides the rats, was there, looking around now, anything of interest in this part of the cave?
It looks like a natural cave for the most part. You don't see any signs of mining activity here. You do see maybe a little bit of litter up here in this cave where somebody may have sat down to eat their lunch. Natural stone pillar near the water's edge, but no, this does not seem to be. This seems a natural cavern.
Well, I'm going to use the water to remove the rat's blood from my weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and then guess we're just gonna turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not seeing any kobolds in here.
Do we miss a place? Some other entrance?
I don't think so. I think we're going to have to cross on the bridge. Ay, Carvalho, this.
All right, so we're at Plan B then.
Okay, so the waterfall starts 30 feet below you. So if it's coming from that other route, well, you've come down some. So it clearly drops pretty far from that other room you saw it in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm thinking about just kind of taking my chances with the bridge. I mean, I'm certainly a lot lighter than you. I mean, how bad could it possibly be?
That is what I suggested earlier, yes. That the
Okay,
lighter of
so
us
are you
should go
gonna-
first.
I'm going to take a step onto the bridge.
Wait! And I grab his shoulder. Before you go, you must remember, Kuthalam Gaelic now Namek Thane. Respect
Always
the
wanted to
width,
hear that.
but do not fear the height. As long as you are brave, you should cross.
You couldn't have said it better.
And I clap him on the shoulder and just wait for him to go.
Okay.
I'm going to take a step on through the bridge.
Okay, and you're paying attention to your feet and you're sort of testing it. You feel it sort of give a little bit, but it feels like it's going to hold you.
Good so far. Take another step. Anything? Any more?
Thanks, Chris.
Nothing
Appreciate you.
different. Nothing different.
I don't see what all the fuss is about as a tough. I mean, it seems pretty. Taking another one.
And you notice something about here. You notice what looks kind of like a straight line on the edge of one of the boards that you're about to step on.
Straight line. I'm gonna hunch over a little. get a little closer to it. What does it look like?
And as you get down to look, give me some investigation here.
Ah, yes.
So I'm not just working with your passive.
What is it?
The bridge was a mimic.
Hold on.
Oh. I did have a DM with
I should have blessed myself.
I did a West Marches game where they entered a room and the entire ceiling was a mimic.
Oh, good.
I remember that one.
Okay, so you were actively looking and you really aren't sure.
Is it like something laying on the ground? Or I just don't know.
You don't know.
It's just probably a board. I was gonna take another step.
Okay, and nothing happens.
All right, seeing him bend over to investigate, I'm gonna move up to the edge so I can see what's going on.
I assume you're not moving up to that edge.
What?
Oh no, he jumped!
No, my mouse was playing games on me.
Yep.
He takes a dive straight into the waterfall.
Well, yep, reroll character.
All right. Yeah, you can just coming up to it, and especially with your eyes looking at it, you can tell there was something odd right about in here where he knelt down. Give me if you get up to it, give me investigation. And Pip, you're doing just fine. You don't know what the fuss is all about.
Yeah, bridge was fine.
Okay, give me investigation there. And Wise.
All right, I'm gonna use inspiration too. So, how do I get it to roll twice, or do I just click
Actually, if you
shift.
roll at advantage, I think it's either
Hold
shift
shift.
or alt, but the D&D Beyond will it'll turn into a green
Hold
plus.
shift.
Shift.
You
Yeah, if you do the one that does disadvantage, it'll show a red negative.
That's
So if you get a green
control.
plus,
does control.
control. Okay, yeah, it's option and shift on mine, but I don't never remember which way it is. Ah, you guys are rolling below your passives. Okay, so, what's the difficulty going to be on that? Well, you think that it's a little bit weak right there.
All right, as soon as Pip moves off, I will move up some more. Don't want too much weight in one spot.
And Pip, what you're seeing up there ahead of you, you see that looks like there's a wooden stuff covering a large hole in the floor. There's a bucket, a large bucket, large enough to ride in, sitting there by it, and there's some sort of contraption, looks like maybe a pulley system or something.
So, the two of them have already successfully crossed, and
Yes.
standing here on the other side.
And they both stopped to look down here, but then they ended up just crossing.
It's not gonna matter. So seeing them both cross, Azathoth standing on the other end is going to shout, "You know, my people have two sayings about heights and climbing. The first I have already told you, and the second, this is a favorite of mine. It is Kalmana Amakanath. The mountain does not climb itself." And he's just gonna start running across the.
Wait, no.
He's just gonna start running across the bridge, just doom, 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 doom.
All right. And as Azathoth gets here, it collapses.
No! I thought it was bait. All right, it collapses. What do you want from me?
It collapses. Give me a dex save.
I'm gonna give him my inspiration.
I didn't even need it, I think.
Okay. I say you're going to be able to sort of catch your foot has gone down through it. You were able to sort of catch it, but you're going to need some help getting up out of that spot. And that seems like a wonderful place to stop and make you think about it for a week.
Oh, you monster! Oh, man.
That's a great cliffhanger. I could not have planned that better myself.
Literally! All right, well, you heard the boss. That's going to be it for today. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. Appreciate you being here, and I hope you had fun. If you enjoyed yourself, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in the Discord. That's where we hang out. That's where you need to be if you want to be involved. And I will see you tomorrow. This should be a good time. Bye, everyone.